everybody. What is up? It's Rebecca Yuson here, and we are back for another round with Alyssa Coleman, talking about all things real estate and the truth, the good, the bad, the ugly about real estate and what it's actually like to be a real estate agent. Not what you want to hear, not what we think you want to hear. It's just us. It's our story. It's us talking. It's the truth of what you're into when you're a real estate agent. Alyssa, welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca, for having me for week 2. We are just gonna go. We're gonna get straight into today's topic. I mean, let's just give it to them full force.
We are
unapologetically.
Last week, we were bantering back and forth. And one of the things I said was, Alyssa, you got to fake it till you make it. And you were like, what? That's crap. What does that even mean? Like, how do you fake it till you make it? And so I had to kind of have a backstory of what that even meant, because it made me think for a minute too, like, what are we faking here? Either it is or it isn't.
Right.
So, but what I mean by that takes me all the way back to my cheerleading days. So, I mean, we were just silly high school girls. I mean, we were cool. But I mean, we were just young girls, and we were just what we were. We didn't have worldly experiences yet. It was just us in high school being girls.
Okay.
But we were competitive cheerleaders. And every time we got off the bus, our coach would say just like this, ladies, now shape up. You're wearing your school name on your chest, so act appropriate. And we'd be all like, okay, Mrs. G, whatever you say. But it stuck with us. Like, it was a thing. It was something that we really wanted to live up to, because we respected her and we understood what wearing our school name on our chest meant. We had to represent. So even though we were just silly high school girls, we were faking it to make it. We were faking how we really were to be professional and represent our school properly.
Essentially. And it's just a matter of just it's a switch. It's a switch. Just knowing when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And you guys had to learn how to turn that switch. Okay, hey, we are you know, not only do you represent the school, but you represent yourself. So
yeah.
Act like the sophisticated young women that you guys claim to be. Let the world see it. Put it on display. So
that's right.
So it's not even about being fake. It's just about just activating your true nature, or your real what am I looking for?
Or like the persona. This is what I should be, even though I'm not there yet. This is what I should be right now. Mm-hmm. This is the role. Like when you're meeting with buyers and sellers, mm-hmm. there's a role that you need to play. Whether you know what you're supposed to do or not, you have to know what you should be doing and how you should be acting. Mm-hmm. You should always be you, but with your professional hat on.
Yes. And I love that you said that. Staying professional with your clients, but also like being yourself, embracing your client for them being themselves. Because if you're just, I feel like people really can tell when it's just fake.
Yeah,
you can really tell when it's just fake, and then you look bad, and now nobody wants to work with you. You look like a liar. So faking it till you make it. I know you don't know. I know you don't know what you don't know, but that's how we live life, right? We're supposed to move forward. Moving forward means towards success or towards and achieve a goal. Okay, we can't live life in our rear view mirror, right?
Yeah.
So even though we don't know what we're doing, you do. It's not like you're faking it, because you know the actions you need to take to get where you need to go. So it's not fake. It's just what's the word, Rebecca? Like
it's like you're putting your acting hat on because you know it's what you need to do, and you're sort of pretending, but you're not, because it's the way you're supposed to be.
Yeah, okay, so it's just like a switch. Like it's just a switch. It's just a switch.
You flip the switch.
Some people. So let's talk about it. How can we put ourselves in position to turn and turn off the switch?
Mm-hmm.
How can we do that? How can we teach that? How can we educate people?
Yeah. And I think it all comes down to like watching and studying people that are where you want to be. Like, what do they do every day? How do they act every day? How are they learning every day? And how did they get there? And doing what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And also, sometimes I talk with my mentees a lot about, I believe in you, because I know that they're capable of doing what they need to do. I know they are. They wouldn't have taken the licensing class and all the crap that you need to do just to be a realtor.
Correct.
They wouldn't be at that point if they couldn't do it. And I tell them, I believe in you. And when you're doubting yourself, you just have to trust that I believe in you. So you don't have to believe in yourself, but sometimes you just have to believe what people are telling you and go off their faith in you and not just your own. So that's also faking it till you make it. It's just like fixing your mindset of, I got this. Rebecca believes in me. She said I can do it. And I believe her, because Rebecca isn't going to lie to me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, so that also goes into, make sure you're listening to people that are being honest with you. And they have a vested interest in you and your success. Right?
Yes.
That they're not leading you down the wrong path. And sometimes, this could go off on so many tangents today.
Let's go on them. Let's go down that road, because I mean, nowadays it's like, how do you know if someone's telling the truth? How do you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I just said, people can tell when you're being fake, but how can we tell if you're being honest?
Right. And that's where you have to get really good at trusting your instinct and your gut. And you have to believe that you really do know what's best for you. Okay. Right? Because you've lived with yourself all your life and you know. So if your gut is telling you something about this person that's leading me isn't right, it doesn't feel good with my soul, like, you have to listen to that. Because I have listened to so many people throughout my life and my career, and I would be all on board at first, but then the further I got in, I was like, I think this person is full of it. And it's so easy to get off track. So you constantly have to be checking and double checking what you're being told, and does it feel right? Does it match? Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make a lot of sense. That does, because I've had I've definitely felt that way before. I felt, at first it felt nice, like, okay, like, this person has my best interest at heart. I trusted them from, they believed in me, but then down the line, I don't know, maybe actions don't correlate what they're saying. Mm-hmm. So that's what gets me, like, questioning their intentions. Like, yeah. So listening to that gut feeling, and you can't go wrong with your gut. Because sometimes, your mind, because your mind plays tricks on you, but that gut feeling, that doesn't come often. But you can tell yourself anything in your mind, but that gut, it doesn't have a brain of itself. It
Mhm.
knows when to kick in, and you have a spirit. People have spirits, right? So when that starts to, it's just when you get that unsettling feeling, that's when that gut feeling starts to arise, and you have to listen to it, because that wouldn't, because the gut is not supposed to do that. Here I go into science. Let you guys know I'm really into science. So yeah, the gut is not supposed to do that. The gut is not supposed to uh, 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 what the gut is supposed to do is supposed to break down digested food, okay? But when you feel a sensation, a disturbed, unsettling sensation in your stomach, that is bad.
Ooh.
So that is your body telling you something's not right. Something needs to happen. Something needs to be fixed. So
Hmm.
you listen to that gut, because your gut is not supposed to be doing that.
Oh
It's
my
it's like it's like
goodness.
it's like muscles. There's your there are some parts of your body, right, that's involuntary. Let's say your heart is an involuntary muscle, okay?
Yes.
So it beats without you having to beat it for itself, okay? So when people have heart attacks, when their heart stops, that's not normal. That's not normal, because it's involuntary. You listen to it. You're supposed to follow up. You're not supposed. You just need to listen to it. You need to take action, just like that gut feeling. You need to take action. That's all I have.
Mhm.
That's really all I have to say. It's a difference. You're working this muscle. This is voluntary. This muscle in here, in your trap, that's voluntary. This is not. That gut is not. That's an involuntary muscle too. So it's not supposed to be It's not supposed to be unsettling like that. It's
Hmm.
just not. So you guys listen to it when you get that sensation. That's it. With the gut.
I think that's really good advice because, yeah, we don't always, when you're a new agent, you think that you don't know enough. And that is true. You don't know a lot,
Yeah.
but you know right from wrong. You know what feels right and what doesn't feel right. And you have to learn to trust it. And like I said, just make sure you're listening to the right people
Mhm.
that truly have an interest in you succeeding,
Mhm.
um, and you'll be fine.
And I feel that. And this so let's because we went down that path. Oh yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh. Hey, you guys say it to my grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
She's around the corner. I have my feet in her chair. That's like a bad
Oopsie.
no, it's a bad habit of mine. Like, it's just how I feel. Like, I feel comfortable like that, with my feet, like sitting like Indian style in the
Uh-huh.
chair. It just makes me feel comfortable. But I have to remember, not at her.
That's right.
So what was I saying? The
I don't remember.
oh my gosh. Being because we went down we went down a path. Okay, so we gotta
Okay,
come. Okay, so
go back.
yes, I think that everybody needs to know, when you start off as a realtor, yeah, it's just time. It's just really time for you to turn that switch on. Like, hey, I'm a
Yep.
professional. I need to serve. Um, and just carrying that persona. It's not being fake. It's just your job.
Mm-hmm.
How I have to carry myself now,
Yep. Yep.
and it becomes you. So it might start off fake, but then when you do it often, and it becomes a routine, it becomes you. So it's
It's it.
That's
It's
just
it.
it.
Yeah,
It becomes you.
that's just it. So this was a good talk. 15 minutes worth of fake it till you make it.
15 minutes. How do you see the time? Oh, it's up here. Okay. Okay. I was like, where is this time at? Okay, yeah, 15. Okay. So I hope you guys got a lot of took information out of this. Just when you get into real estate, find you a group of people that you inspire to be, and just ask them, like, how did you start off? Did you
Yep.
fake it? Did you fake it did you fake it till you did you fake it till you make it? Did you make it? Fake it till you make it? Is that how you say it, Rebecca?
Did you fake it till you made it?
Fake it. Yeah, how did you fake it till you made it? And see what they say. And if you get a funny gut feeling, follow that gut, because it's probably they're probably not being honest with you.
Well, and I just thought of something, like if somebody tells you that, like the people that are still growing, like maybe they're having big success and they've been in the business for a long time. If they really are good agents and going to the next level, you should listen to them. But if they are a successful agent and are like, yep, I've learned all I need to know, I'm good, I'm done, I don't need any more training, you might not want to listen to them. Because the good agents that are still growing, they know what they're talking about. They understand, to be a strong, successful agent, you have to continue to always be growing and learning and doing new things, because the basis of this industry is always the same: helping people buy and sell homes, and taking care of people. But technology changes, and the way, even just during COVID, the way people bought homes during COVID was completely different.
Right.
So if people weren't growing and changing through that, that's a problem. So follow the agents that are still growing. Like, I love the agents who are super successful, but they say, like,
I need to do more.
I have a long ways to go, because they have big dreams, big goals, and big dreams. They're thankful for where they've been. They're thankful for where they are, but they're also thankful that they're still growing.
Absolutely.
And, I love those people because they're humble, and they're more willing to share with you what they've been doing.
Or how about the people? Or just let's talk about how the people who you're who's the people who you do look up to, and they are, they tell you, agents, they tell you, like, oh, I've done this, but beware of the people who you surround yourself with, and they don't, I call it, put you on game. So, like, they don't, you're around them, you talk to them, you look up to them, but they don't supply you with the information you need, and they kind of keep it captive, because it's almost like they don't want you to do better than them, in a sense. So
that's a big one.
You gotta be aware of that. But that's something you gotta recognize quickly, because you can really put yourself in you can be with this person for years, or in this group for years, and think like, oh, this person's doing this in this group. You're telling other people, oh, this person is. But then when someone asks you, well, what are you doing? What have they taught you? And then you go back and think like, I don't know. That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
And because you want to follow people that have the mindset of abundance.
Right.
That they believe there's so much business available for the people that want it. There's so many different areas to work. And if you find what you're good at, you'll be successful no matter what. And I will share with you what I did, because I know I feel confident in what I've done, and there's so much business to go around. I don't feel threatened if I teach you. Those are the agents you want to follow too.
Right. Yes. Because if they're growing and you're not, why are you why are you around?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Be in a circle where you can grow with them. No, if there's no mutual reciprocity, leave that relationship. And I've been learning that, and I've had to change my circle a few times because I just wasn't growing. So but that took me a while to recognize that. And I'm saying I don't want that for you guys. I want you guys to recognize it.
It's hard to leave relationships that are going nowhere, because sometimes they can be deep rooted. So I've definitely shed a lot of tears over relationships and friendships that I've had to give up because they just weren't serving me in the right way anymore. They weren't healthy anymore. They served their purpose for a time, but they ran out.
Some for a season, a reason, and a lifetime. I like that, Rebecca. They serve their time, and they're out of there. No hard feelings. That's just.
Yeah. Don't ever be a jerk about it. You walk away quietly. If you're a lady, you walk away like a lady. If you're a man, you're a gentleman. Don't burn bridges, because you never know when that bridge is going to come back. It might never come back, but don't burn bridges. Don't leave yucky crap behind you. Keep it clean, keep it classy, and just move on for yourself.
Like that. Nicely put.
That is a good one. I like it. Yeah, because you never know who you might need to be your boss someday. I mean, hopefully you never have to get a job again.
Yeah, we left the 9 to 5 to live free and abundantly. So hopefully.
Yeah, but you just never know. I've had people, we had to part ways, and then they've come back, but then it ended again. I've had that happen so many times to me. And it's like a phenomenon. I'm still trying to figure out why that happens.
Yeah.
But I the last couple of times it happened, I just walked away quietly.
No,
and it was hard. It's hard.
So you said the bridge was burned. You allowed them to come back, and then it got burned again. Do you feel like it's you? It can't be them, because the snake or the zebra never changes its stripes. So I feel like if you ever get back into a relationship with someone who's ever burned you, I feel like you always have to have that radar and say, like, hey, if I let this person back into my life, I can't open myself up to you like how I did. Because like I said, that zebra never changes its stripes. So coming back into my life, I can't trust you all the way. It's going to take some time for me to trust you again, because you've hurt me in the past. So that person should already, and then they accept it, then they need to change their ways. Yeah. So unless they're just, back to being fake it till you make it, they just see you as an advantage.
Yeah.
And then once they get what they need, right, then they're done with you.
Yep.
Is that always a bad thing, or is that always a bad thing, Rebecca?
No, not necessarily. I think if you're growing, people sense that and they want to grow with you. But you'll just keep outgrowing people, and they'll try to keep coming back, but they just can't keep up with you. They get jealous. And that's the other thing. Oh my gosh. If people are jealous of your success,
But
No.
they never come out and just, it's the actions. It's what
Um,
it's the undercover backhanded compliments. So you got to be
mm,
aware of that. People
yep.
will never come out and say, like, if you're a $1 million agent, right? You're on the ball, right?
Yep.
And you go out to an event, and you speak, you talk about your accolades, right? But not too much, because then people get that jealous sensation, or they get that
Yeah.
sensation. So people, they never will come out and tell you to your face how they truly feel about you. Some
Yep.
people might, but I'm talking about the vast majority.
Yeah.
They will never come out to you and tell you that they're jealous. You always have to watch their actions.
Agree.
Okay, so why every time I'm around Andrew, this is a made up person, you guys. It's no real Andrew.
Okay.
Put that on the front. So
Yep.
how come every time I'm around Andrew, he gives me these backhanded compliments. What I mean by backhanded, like, oh, you must be, you just closed on $1 million house. That must be nice. Or, wow, I can't wait to be just like you. I don't take that as I don't take that as words of endearment. I take it as jealousy. And after they tell you, because how do you say it? I feel like I'm rambling. Like, the tongue holds so much power. Once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are.
Yep.
You tell me through your words, and then I watch your actions.
Yep.
Now they're kind of aligning. So now I have to leave this relationship. So just beware of those fakers, those jealous people, because they come in all shapes and sizes, colors. Yeah.
Body type.
Yeah.
They do, and it's sad. And the more you grow, honestly, the more your heart will break for people that are like that, because you love them and you care about them. But don't ruin your career or your life because you're trying to hold on to them. You've got to keep moving. If you have to take care of yourself first. It's like the crabs in the bucket. If you put crabs in a bucket, they'll keep pulling each other down so they can't get out.
Right. So
don't get stuck in that bucket. You got to move on, and you can't feel bad or guilty because you want to have success. You have big goals and big dreams, and you have to run.
Yeah, this is not people always talk about this, the slow and steady wins the race. No, it doesn't. Slow and steady? No, I don't want to be slow and steady. I want to get there as soon as possible. So why would I take a detour when I have a path that's less hassle, less obstacles? Why would I take the road with the most impediments? Why would I do that? And those impediments are people.
Oh yeah.
Or are those jealous people? Are those people who do want to be around you but just can't keep up? So it feels like you gotta pull them up. And it's harder for you to pull people up because they don't have the same drive, the same hustle as you, the same mindset,
the same muscle.
They don't push up. They're not big as yours, but this kitty got some roar in her. So, this cat has some roar in her. So
I do think there is something to say about slow and steady. Okay. I guess if I were to say, how does that go into real estate? I think it means like know your plan, stick to it. Don't be kind of like you said. Don't get distracted. Don't have all these bumps. Slow and steady, focused, steady.
Yes.
And, Just do it.
Just
And
do
some
what
people are going to do it faster than others, but if you're slow and steady, you'll get there.
I have an experiment.
Okay.
Let's try an experiment. Stand up.
Oh, okay. I'm wearing shorts though.
Okay, that is fine. Okay, all right. I love I Heart EXP. That's the most beautiful shirt I've ever seen.
It's cute, right?
So, and I like you're coordinated, all right. But okay, so let's try this. Okay, so you stood up, right? So sit down regularly. Sit down how you regularly sit down.
Okay.
Okay, that felt fine, right? Like you sat down
Yes.
how you normally sat down. Okay, now stand back up.
Okay.
And then okay, then now slowly sit in your chair, slow and steady.
Oh, okay.
Slow and steady.
My dog is attacking me.
So let's try that again. Come on, stand. Because I'm not wearing the best attire either. But
Okay.
that's okay. I want you guys to try to sit in your chair slow and steady. Slow and steady. Slow and steady.
Oh, I can't.
You see how hard that is?
You have really strong legs.
But you see how difficult that is?
Yes.
To do things slow and steady. It felt fine like this. Oh.
Yeah.
Right? So why would you go through life doing this?
So you're saying just get it done. Just get it done. Stop procrastinating and get it done.
There it is.
You can start living.
There it is. Start living. Start if you have something on your agenda, you need to get it done. That's how I've recently been living, and it's been the best. I feel like I've gotten the best results I've ever gotten since being in real estate. Just staying committed, staying this laser focused, and just blocking out those people who try to give you advice, and it's like almost taking like a detour, like they spoon feed you information, like here's a little bit of information, like that just takes up too much time. Like you spoon feed me a little bit at a time. No, you need to go straight to the source. How am I going to get from here to there? Stop spoon feeding me portions. I need to know, and I'm going to find that person who's going to give me that information. That's it, or that thing.
Yep.
So
totally. So you like maybe have a plan every night or every morning before you get started. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing it. I'm going to get it done, and then I'm going to move on.
Rebecca, do you know how I do it? You know how I do it now? So I lay in the bed until it's time for me to get up. Like I lay in bed for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, thinking about what I'm going to do today.
Okay.
Right? So I'm like laying in the bed, I feel relaxed. I kind of go into a meditative state. Like, this is what I'm going to do today. When I get out of this bed, I need to get right. I need to start my day and get right to it. But I take that time to reprogram my mind. Okay? Because sometimes when I wake up, I'm like, oh, not again. Like, I gotta get up and do this same shit over and over and over and over. And sometimes it's repetitive, and sometimes you just don't want to do it, but you just gotta lay there. And you gotta think like, hey, today might be the day. And you just gotta have that kind of faith. Today might be the day I get what I've been working on, what I've been constantly for these last X amount of times been working and praying for. Be fruitful and multiply. That's all I say.
Yep. That's really good advice.
Anything you want to add, Lauder?
He's very consistent in his day.
How so?
He takes lots of naps and potty breaks.
Oh, he has the best life. And he has the best owner, too.
Aw, and he always wants to be involved. So he loves to be on camera.
You're really photogenic, Lauder. You're really photogenic.
He's like falling asleep right now. Anyway. Well, Alyssa,
Yes.
this has been fun.
Yes.
Again.
And I can't wait for us to do the next one and the next one, and just talking of just uncandid talk.
Uncandid. Unleashed.
So
if anybody has any ideas of what you would like us to talk about next week, tell us. We're open for it. We'll study it. We'll tell you what we think about it. If it's crap or if it's something, we'll tell you, right, Alyssa? Because we're honest. We're honest realtors.
We are honest realtors. We are supposed to inform you all the information we know, in that you guys are just on beat. I love saying on beat. Just when I mean by on beat, just being informed. That's what I mean by on beat. Just knowing.
What is it? And born?
On beat. BEAT. On beat.
But you said a different word. On board or something?
On beat. I've never on beat. You have to be on beat.
You have to be on beat. I like it.
Yes.
Be on beat every time. And we'll be waiting for your requests for our conversation for next week. In the meantime, be cool, get it done, and let's make all your dreams come true. Bye.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a pleasure, Rebecca. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Bye.
Bye, Lauder.